All right, let's take a look at our first example. We're going to write a polynomial with the given roots. And so that -5 means that's a root, so it crosses the x-axis. And so as we're working backwards here, think about this -5, when I substitute it in as my x, when I plug it in, it makes the whole thing 0. So -5 plus 5 equals 0. So it's the opposite of that. So if my answer is 1, and 1 makes this thing equal 0, this would have to be x minus 1, x minus 2. So now we're going to distribute this. So we're going to take the x and distribute it into the x minus 1. Worry about the x minus 2 in a minute. So we get x squared. Now x times -1 is minus 1x. 5 times x is positive 5x. And 5 times -1 is -5. We can combine the like terms in there, and so we end up with x squared plus 4x minus 5. And now we got to take this and multiply it by the x minus 2. And so this might be a good time to use the box method. So it's a 2 by 3. And we're going to put x squared plus 4x minus 5 on top, and the x minus 2 on the left side. And so now just multiply. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 4x is 4x squared. X times -5 is -5x. Now multiply the -2 times the x squared. -2x squared. -2 times 4, -8x. -2 times -5 is positive 10. Now we're going to combine these, and notice we have the x squared that are going to combine, and the x's that will combine. So now we can write our final answer. X cubed plus 2x squared minus 13x plus 10. And so now we have our polynomial in simplest form with the given roots of -5, 1, and 2. Let's try another example. All right, let's have the roots of 2, 1, and 4/5. So if you look at the above example, we can set it up the same way and have x minus 2, x minus 1, and x minus 4/5. But I don't really want to have to deal with this fraction, so we're not going to use that. We're going to think of it like this. Our root is 4/5, so x equals 4/5. And so now if I unsolve this, if I multiply both sides by 5, that's going to go away, and now I'm going to have 5x equals 4. And remember, we're looking for the x-intercept, so we want it to equal 0. If I minus 4 from both sides, I get 5x minus 4 equals 0. So 4/5, if I plug that in, that's still going to give me the 0 that I want. So that's going to be an easier thing to multiply. So we're going to use x minus 2, x minus 1, and now 5x minus 4. So multiply these out. The x times the x squared, x times minus x, -2 times x, and -2 times -1. So we get x squared minus 3x plus 2. And now we're going to multiply this binomial times the trinomial. If you want, you can use your box method again. So x squared minus 3x plus 2, 5x minus 4, and now multiply. So 5x cubed minus 15x squared plus 10x, and then multiply, and negative 4x squared. Negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12x. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So now we can add up our like terms. All right, so we're left with 5x cubed, negative 4 and negative 15 is going to give us negative 19x squared. 12 and 10 is going to give us 22x, and then the minus 8. So even though if you were to check this answer, if this was your homework question, it might look a little different in the back of the book. But like we talked about, the graph can look different, but still have the same x-intercepts. So this is a good function. I hope this helps.